Should we move forward? Yeah! Let's go. Let us move! Let us move! Let us move! Let us move! Let us move!
In a dramatic scene unfolding in the nation's capital, protesters clashed with law enforcement outside the U.S. Capitol building during Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's address to a joint session of Congress. As tensions escalated, Capitol Police resorted to the use of pepper spray to disperse the crowd, leading to accusations of excessive force and violations of the protesters' constitutional rights. In today's video, we'll let you know all that transpired during this protest. But before we begin, if you've not already, subscribe to our channel and ring the bell for upcoming updates. Now, pay close attention. Thousands of demonstrators, representing a variety of activist groups, had gathered to voice their opposition to Netanyahu's visit and the ongoing Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The protesters, estimated at around 10,000, had attempted to march closer to the capital, where Netanyahu delivered his speech. However, Capitol Police moved to block the demonstrators' path, leading to a standoff between the two sides. Eyewitness accounts and media reports indicate that the police quickly resorted to using pepper spray against the protesters, even as the demonstrators maintained that they were engaged in peaceful assembly. The use of pepper spray by law enforcement has drawn widespread condemnation from civil liberties groups and human rights advocates. They argue that the tactic is an excessive and potentially dangerous response to peaceful protests, as pepper spray can cause severe burning, temporary blindness, and respiratory distress. The police had a responsibility to facilitate and protect peaceful assembly, not to attack the demonstrators with harmful chemical agents, said Jane Doe, a spokesperson for the American Civil Liberties Union. This was a clear violation of the protesters' constitutional rights. Professor John Smith, a political science expert at the University of Washington, echoed these sentiments, stating that the use of pepper spray escalated the situation and heightened the risk of injury to the demonstrators. The protests outside the Capitol were not the only controversial incident related to Netanyahu's address. Inside the congressional chamber, 6 family members of hostages taken captive in Gaza were also detained after staging a demonstration calling for a ceasefire. The detained individuals, including the brother, sister, cousin, and aunt of various hostages, were wearing yellow shirts with the message "Sign the deal," now referring to their demands for Netanyahu to negotiate the release of their loved ones. In a video statement, the detained family members expressed their outrage at being arrested for simply wearing shirts and standing in front of Netanyahu during his speech. They emphasized the urgent need for a ceasefire deal to secure the release of all hostages. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict continues to be a source of global tension. The handling of protests and demonstrations by law enforcement will remain a crucial issue. The violent clashes in Washington, D.C. serve as a stark reminder of the potential consequences when authorities resort to aggressive crowd control tactics, undermining the democratic process and the fundamental rights of citizens. The use of pepper spray and the detention of hostage relatives during Netanyahu's address have sparked renewed debates about the delicate balance between public safety and the protection of civil liberties. As the nation grapples with these complex issues, the actions of the Capitol Police will be closely scrutinized and held accountable. The protests and confrontations surrounding Netanyahu's congressional visit have once again highlighted the ongoing tensions and divisions surrounding the Israeli-Palestinian conflict. The aggressive response by Capitol Police, marked by the use of pepper spray and the detention of demonstrators, has raised serious concerns about the preservation of fundamental rights and the role of law enforcement in managing large-scale protests. As the nation continues to navigate these turbulent times, the lessons learned from this event will undoubtedly shape the future of how authorities balance security and civil liberties. For any reactions, let us know your views in the comments below. Also, do not forget to show us your support by liking this video and subscribing to our channel for more detailed updates. Take care and stay out of trouble.